Imagine queuing up for a rank match, but you show up with the worst possible loadout, the wrong weapons, zero armor, and most importantly, no strategy. You're doomed before the match even starts. Well, that's exactly what happens when you send out a weak, generic resume in today's job market. You keep getting bodied by rejection emails after rejection emails after rejection emails. You get ignored no matter how many applications you send in. You feel like you're grinding without getting any XP at all. I've been there. When I got laid off on Halloween, I had to rebuild the direction of my career and my life from scratch. But I learned how to optimize my resume like a pro gamer builds their loadout. And by doing so, I landed a job in just 80 days. If you want to check out that video, it's right over here. I started my own business helping job seekers who love to play video games like you level up on the job hunt. And today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to craft the ultimate resume loadout so you'll never feel stuck again. Oh, and stay tuned because I got a free gift that'll help you power up your resume, plus some tools to make the job hunt that much easier for you. So let's get into these different steps. Step number 1. Treat your resume like a character build. Think of your resume like a character stat sheet. Recruiters aren't looking for generic NPCs. They want a main character with the right skill build to fit their specific team. This is what I did to optimize my resume. There was no fluff, straight to high impact achievements. I use powerful action verbs that hit like a critical strike onto a boss. I tailored my resume for each job instead of just sending the same cookie cutter template to a lot of different roles. That's not going to work for you. Here's an example of a bullet point. Don't just say manage social media accounts. That's very vague, it's not to the point, and it doesn't show what you achieved. Instead, show increase LinkedIn engagement by 150% in 3 months, driving 10K organic impressions. Data always tells a story. Always remember that. And here's a cheat code for you just so you could kind of put this into practice. Always use the ABC formula. And that's A, which is for achievement. What did you accomplish? B, which stands for benefit. What was the impact? And C, what's the context? Why does this matter? If your resume isn't telling a story that has specific metrics to it, actually showing your work, you're not leveling up. By keeping this in mind, it's going to be easy as ABC, 1, 2, 3. Hey, and before we dive in, here's that free gift I was talking about earlier on. It's a resume checklist and some of my tools that I found while on the hunt. So check out the link tree in the description below. Also, if you like job hunting tips and tricks mixed with video game concepts, hit that like and subscribe button. It's free and it helps the channel grow, helping other job seekers as well. All right, let's get back to these steps. Step number 2, selecting the right perks and bonuses. Treat your skills and certifications like perks and passive abilities of course, in an RPG game, or maybe even Call of Duty. That Juggernaut perk, right? If you know, you know. Well, if you're not choosing the right ones, we won't make it past the early game grind, if you know what I mean. Here's how I optimize this part of my resumes. Your skills section, think of those as quick buffs. So you keep it short and you keep it relevant, right? You could have a little skills section if you want to do that, or what I like to do, I like to integrate those skills within my different bullet points. Unless a company is asking for it, they honestly don't care. Let's just say, Microsoft Word. Think of that as like your default equipment when you first start a game. Everyone has that. It's more beneficial for you to research what AI tools is tearing up your industry and learn it fast and add it to your resume, because you gotta list tools that actually matter for your job hunt, actually matters in your industry. And the best way to get a better understanding of what companies are looking for is to keep track of the roles that you're applying to. Don't just hit an easy apply and not pay attention, actually read the job description and see what they're looking for and compare it with others. That's your direction. The correct certifications are like rare artifacts to employers. Some certifications are like legendary items. They instantly boost your resume's value. So, for example, if you're in cybersecurity, right, getting a CompTIA A Security Plus cert is like equipping the Master Sword instead of just a default weapon. So keep that in mind when you're on the job hunt. Next is ATS optimization. They're like hidden buffs. Many resumes get filtered out before a human even sees them, but keep in mind that an ATS is built by a human. So you can kind of see the craziness there. So use keywords from the job description so you could pass those ATS bots. Make sure you could speak on these keywords. Mind you, no one wants to work with a liar. So here's an example of what I will do in this situation. If the job asks for a project management role, right? Don't just say I led projects. Use the exact phrase project management when making that bullet point. You kill two birds with one stone with this trick. You will have a solid point and you will have a keyword integrated into your resume. Sorry for all the Stone puns. I've been watching a lot of Dr. Stone lately. So make sure you keep that in mind when you're looking at your different bullet points, and make sure you put it as one of the first ones if you want to make a really cool, solid bullet point, so they have to read it first. Step 3, crafting the perfect loadout. Your resume loadout and design is just as important as your skills. If your format is trash, well, it's probably going to go in the trash. No one is going to bother reading it. Just like a YouTube video, for example, has to have an amazing thumbnail, has to have an amazing title, it has to have a good packaging, is what I'm trying to get at. Making you want to click on it. You want a person that's reading your resume want to pick up the phone and call you. So let's break down the proper way to set your resume up to be the MVP of the piles of resumes recruiters and talent acquisition specialists, and most importantly, hiring managers go through. So the first one is the font. Just keep it simple. Arial, Kabari, or even Hekvakia. I can't say that 3 times. The size has to be like anywhere from 11 to 12. No Comic Sans. This isn't a meme. Next is margins. 0.5 to 1 inch. Don't waste space, but don't clutter it as well. You have to find a nice balance. Next is the sections in order. So number 1 is the headliner. Your name, your email, your LinkedIn, and no photos. Leave that for your profile picture on LinkedIn. If you need a better profile picture for your LinkedIn profile, make sure you check out my link below for Specta Labs. It'll level up your profile from looking like a Facebook profile picture to a very professional LinkedIn profile picture without the need of busting the bank and hiring a professional photographer. So having a nice, cool, clean profile picture on your LinkedIn is very enticing. It's very good for your profile. Next is the summary section. Keep it short and punchy, just like an elevator pitch. Number 3 is skills. Highlight your top 5 to 6 technical skills and integrate some soft skills into it as well. Number 4 is experience. List 3 to 5 of your best achievements within those bullet points as well. And lastly, number 5, the education and of course the certification section. Keep this clean and simple and make sure you keep it to the job when it comes to the certification side of things. It has to be relevant. If your resume is hard to read, recruiters will quit out faster than a rage quitter in a Call of Duty match. You definitely don't want that. Oftentimes, your resume honestly have a shelf life of 7.4 seconds to live, sometimes shorter. So in this case, the time to kill is very short, if you know what I mean, Call of Duty players. I'm a recruiter, so I see a lot of resumes. I've seen like over 9,000 of them at this point, and that number is correct. So sometimes it's shorter in some cases. So you got to keep that in mind. Here's a cheat code for you when it comes to the number of pages that you need. So think about it like this way. 1 page is best if you have like under 7 years of experience, for example. But if you have more than that, then 2 pages would be the best route to go. I would like to stay within that range when it comes to making my resume. So always make sure every line is valuable and just don't stockpile it with information that you could just leave on your LinkedIn profile, quite honestly. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about the format and how many pages that's on your resume. Okay, so let's pause for a second. Think about your resume right now. Does it highlight your best achievements, or does it just list your responsibilities? Does it pass the ATS filters, or does it get rejected even before a human sees it? And lastly, would you honestly hire yourself based off of the resume that you own right now, with nothing stopping you, nothing in your way? You're saying, yes, this resume is awesome. If you're not confident in your answers, it's time to reboot your loadout, or else it's just going to be at the loading screen for a long time. I know some people that's been out of work for a year plus. It's tough out there. How long have you been on the job hunt? Enter it in the comments below. Your resume is your ultimate loadout. If you don't optimize it, you're heading into the job hunt underleveled. Your stats and achievements, they show impact, and they're just not responsibilities. Your skills and perks, choose the right technical skills and certifications and soft skills to integrate in your resume. Your loadout and design, you got to keep it clean and keep it readable, or else no one's going to read it. If you apply these tips, you'll have a resume that actually gets you in for interviews. So level up that resume and get back out there on the job hunt. If you like this video, hit that like button and comment below. What's your biggest challenge on the job hunt right now? I'll be in the comments answering any questions. So comment below and tell me what you think. Subscribe for more job hunting tips with a video game twist in the content as well. And don't forget to check out my link tree for that free resume checklist and tools to power up your job hunt. I also have some digital products as well in the description that'll help you with the job hunt as well. Now your resume loadout is set. It's time to level up that LinkedIn skill tree and get to networking, because the days of just sitting down and hitting easy apply and hoping and praying that you'll get an interview, honestly, those days are over. You gotta network in addition to what you're doing now with your resume. So check out this video where I break down how to level up your LinkedIn profile. Thanks for watching. Later.